bass, drum, snare, bass, drum, snare. And this type of pattern is going to be synonymous with most types of heavy metal and hard rock music that you'll be playing. And essentially that's how the drums break down, and that will give you your rhythm and your timing for you to be playing along with. So let's take this rhythm and timing example a little bit farther, and we're going to break this down into quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes, starting with the simplest one, which is a whole note. A whole note essentially gets 4 beats to 1 strike to the string. So we're going to play a track right now, and I'll demonstrate what this is like using the whole note, which is pretty simple and you should be able to do along with the track right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're striking on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we're going to want to be striking along with the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that was a whole note. Now let's move on to the half note, which gets 2 beats. So essentially we're going to be striking the string with our picking hand twice in 1 measure. And really with this example, the easiest way is to just strike along with the bass drum on 1 and 3. We're going to run a track right now and play along so you know what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you listen to that bass drum and you'll hear it. Okay, so now that was the half note. So now finally let's move on to another simple passage, which is the way we played it initially, which is using the quarter note. A quarter note is, in this case, where you strike the string 4 times in the measure because you're essentially playing 1 time for each beat. We're going to run the track one more time and we'll play along. You can play basically every one of these is subdivided against the hi-hat, which is probably the simplest piece of the drum kit to listen to. Let's see what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Next section I want to get into is talking about the half step. It's a vital component of metal music, and it's really the thing that actually separates it mostly from hard rock music. The half step creates a little more tension, creates a little more of that demented, diminished sound that we all like about heavy metal. Let's take a look at this particular passage that I was just playing. On the right hand, I want to talk also about picking. We're going to introduce a new concept of playing eighth notes. This is playing twice as many notes as we did previously with the quarter note. And the count of it is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So as we're picking this, and I'm going to slow it down a little bit here for you, is the way that the picking pattern is going to go on this is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And that'll be the picking pattern for it. Let's take a look at the left hand real quick to make sure we get the notes right. And you can have fun goofing around with these patterns. The half step is a fun thing, especially if you're into metal and you know your history of metal. You're really going to have fun with this one because most of the popular groups use it. First we're going to start 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. There you go. That's some vital metal stuff right there. Now I want to take you into a few more advanced concepts, but before I do, I want to make sure that you've got the previous material down good. Make sure that you've been practicing with your metronome or your drum machine. Make sure you start slow, speed up gradually so that you really feel secure with it. Nothing is more frustrating as a musician, especially when you're first starting out, than feeling like you don't have the material down. It makes you feel like you're not progressing and that you're not getting any better. And that can be very frustrating, and a lot of musicians end up quitting and walking away from their instrument. And we don't want that to happen, because part of what I'm trying to do here is show you how I play and essentially give you some skills and some techniques so that you can develop how you play. Now what I want to move into here is muting. And for the purposes of what I'm going to talk about here is using a pick. So for this little section here, we are going to have to grab a pick, which we talked about earlier. Muting is ultimately about using your picking hand to settle a bit on the string to deaden the sound of the string, as opposed to an open string, which sounds like this. A muted string sounds like this. Muting is a vital part of the heavy metal sound, and it's going to be something that, to become an accomplished heavy metal bass player, you're going to need to get this technique down. Really, the nuts and bolts of it comes with having kind of the meat of the palm of your hand not off of the string, but resting slightly on the saddles of the string. You don't want to be too far back, because again, you won't get any mute. You don't want to be too far up, because you won't get any note. So it's really a matter of kind of finding your spot right there so that you can be able to get the true sound of the note and not deaden it too much, yet not have it too far open. I'm going to play along with a track right now, and another thing with this is I want to use the concept of both up and down picking. Most of what I've been doing so far has been down picking, and this is another eighth note passage, meaning that we're going to be playing 8 strokes on the string for each bar. In other words, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Another thing that is important